Hello my friends and welcome back to our new fight study. Today we are doing the Bazooka Rafael Limon versus Bobby. I don't know how to say his last name. It's Chacon. I'm gonna say Chacon just to be safe. This is their fourth fight. I think fight of the year 1982 Super Featherweight Championship. Now I said this fight is gonna be hard to study, so it's gonna be a lot of pausing and a lot of checking to see what we're looking at, because it's gonna get wild. We got the Southpaw Limon and Bobby Chacon in the orthodox stance. If you've never watched this fight, you're in for a treat. Limon's sticking out that jab. Chacon trying to come in with that right hand. I've watched this fight maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, so it's not as fresh in my mind, so I'm excited. Here we're going to see a big left hand from Limon. Now Limon is a definition of a swinger. He's going to swing his punches in full power. He's dropping that right hand. He does not care. Forgot who won this fight also, so let's see what goes on. Chacon, Limon with the right hook to the body. Looks like it missed. Both fighters are still feeling each other out. If this is their fourth fight, that means these guys really know each other, and it's pretty hard for guys in their fourth fight. Well, we don't even see 4 fights now, but back then when there's 3 or 4 fights, it gets harder and harder to figure out, not figure out your opponent, but to find something new against your opponent, because you guys know each other so well. It's like your sparring partner that you always spar with in the gym. You guys know all of each other's tricks, so let's see. The right hand by Chacon when the left hand was low by Limon. I like how their last name rhymes, so it's going to be rhyming a lot in this breakdown. Big swinging right hook from Limon. Nice body shots. I like this. I was watching him versus a Venezuelan fighter the other day. I forgot his name. And I really liked how he kept swinging in those body shots. Boom, 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 boom. Right hook missed, but those body shots landed, I think. Strong jabs. Nice right hand coming back from Chacon. Did that uppercut land? Where did that uppercut land? Down. Okay, I think it landed. Let's see. That left hand. I saw him throw it against the other guy too, the Venezuelan guy. That left hand from Limon. He drops it. Let's see that left hand. He drops it very low behind his back. Moves his head off to the side and lands that left hand. Kind of with the palm of his hand. Didn't really land with the knuckles. With guys that swing their punches like Limon, they're going to land a lot of slapping punches sometimes. Sorry guys, I gotta sneeze. Sorry. Bless me. Okay. Nice left to the body. Sorry guys. One more, wow. Okay. 3 on the go. This is kind of what I was talking about in last week, or the last session we did, the last lesson we did, which is like the wide hooks that aren't really meant to land. They're just meant to see how your opponent reacts or keep them away. And then he comes in with the left uppercut after, and you could see he throws that from behind his back. Now, if you know anything about boxing, you know that you're not supposed to throw your punches like Limon. But this guy's a savage, so he doesn't care. If you can deal with the consequences, then you could do whatever you want in the ring. Like swinging punches like those. Nice jabs. Nice left hand again. He had a pretty solid left hand. Those body shots are pretty funny. It's like a cartoon, kind of how he swings those body shots in. Boom, Like he's throwing them from way back here. It kind of looks like a little George Foreman the way he swings his body punches. George Foreman kind of looked like that. If you watched him hit the bag or throw body punches, he kind of puts his hands way behind his back and really boom, boom, boom. He really digs them in. Nice combination from Limon. Let's see if Chacon comes back with the left hook. Sorry for the dogs barking. There's the body shots from Limon again. I got him winning the first round. Activity and the cleaner shots. Maybe Chacon is still studying him, but I don't know. These guys, if this is their fourth fight, they should know each other pretty well. There's those spot. Oh, nice right hand by Chacon. Okay. Let's see. So this is the drawback of swinging your punches. It's time with that left hook and then open for that right hand. But like I said, if you could deal with the consequences of what you're doing, like Limon is able, then you don't really have anything to fear that much. You could do the wrong things and still... This is what I said about the lesson. Sometimes you're going to fight someone like Limon who just does not care about swinging and getting hit. And those guys you're going to be able to land more punches on, but they're also going to be right in your face the whole time. So, and if you're someone like Limon, you're going to give your opponents a lot of difficulty with your ability to take punches and stay in front of them. But you should also add some other stuff to your style to kind of use your strength, but work on your weakness kind of thing. Like, if you're able to get in there and swing those punches and get hit and keep fighting, use that to your advantage because the other guy might not be able to do that. Nice right hand by Limon. I like his jab. It's a little bit stiff. Like right there. It's a little stiff jab. He doesn't throw it too fast. He throws it with some power on it. I don't know if he's a converted southpaw, like if he's originally right-handed but fought in a southpaw stance. Maybe. When guys really have really strong jabs like that, sometimes that means their lead hand is in the front. Their lead hand is front. Their dominant hand is in the front. There's another hard jab right there. So we got Limon. He's kind of being the busier guy, starting the fight, throwing more jabs. Chacon looks like he's doing the more studying and trying to counter punch a little bit more. Not as active, not leading with his own punches as much as Limon is. Looks a little bit more hesitant. Now Limon is a very awkward fighter, so there is going to be hesitation when you fight him because you got to figure out what you're up against. But since these guys fought 4 times, this is their 4th time fighting, they should know each other pretty well. Nice, that was a nice shot by, let's see. So this is another thing that when you fight someone at the opposite stance, if you're orthodox or if they're southpaw and they're about to throw their backhand, your jab can get there faster than their backhand sometimes, and you could just touch them on the chin and foil their backhand or ruin it for them. So here Chacon's going to come in with the right hand, and as soon as he sets up for that right hand, Limon is just going to touch him with that hard, not touch him, he's going to hit him with that hard jab, and it's going to ruin that right hand. Even though it still landed, not as effective as if he didn't throw that jab. There goes those wild swings. He does swing kind of like George Foreman, like a smaller version, southpaw version of George Foreman. Nice right hands by Chacon. Oh, he's really going for it. Missing a lot though. Connected there. Very active. Nice right hand by Chacon. Backed him up. I don't remember the fight heating up that quick in the second round. So far it's the body shots and aggressiveness and activity of Limon versus the right hands of Chacon. That's what I've seen so far. The jabbing, I give it more to Limon. He's the one with the more active jab and landing it cleaner. In this round, Chacon's landed the better, cleaner punches, especially that right hand. Now, like I said, against a guy like Limon, you are going to land a lot of punches. His head's going to snap back, but that's expected. Right here, I don't like what he's doing right here with his feet. He's crossed. Let's see if he gets hit. Well, if his feet are, you could see like right here, his right foot is in front of his left foot. You could see that. Okay, let's see. He steps off the left. He gets hit as soon as that happens. Not on good balance when he gets hit. So that's the other drawback of being off balance, is you're not ready to get hit. And the reaction your body gives off after you're hit is a lot worse than if you were on balance. Chacon landed another right hand. Now he's moving in. Chacon, oh, that was a good right hand. Chacon looks like the more thinker of the bunch, or of the two. He's using a little touching jab. That was a nice right hand to the body. He's going to come back upstairs. Beautiful right hand. You can see his left foot is on the outside. He has Limon within his area, basically, inside of his lead foot. So he has him in his zone. Lands a very good right hand. I'd give this round to him based on the right hands he's landed, like that one. Limon is trying to do that thing where you keep your hand out against your opponent, but Chacon's just throwing the right hands while Limon's lead hand is out, so he's not really paying it too much attention. Swinging right hand by Limon. Now, something I've noticed about Limon in this fight and the fight against the Venezuelan guy is he did use his feet a little bit. So although he did fight opposite than a lot of brawlers, he did move his feet around. He did circle a little bit. That's another good thing that he did, is he wasn't all brawl. So like here, he's moving his feet a little bit more. Very nice. There he gets caught with the right hand. Same time, he's off balance again. He has to figure out something for that right hand of Chacon's. He throws a nice jab here. I'd like to see him throw that jab again when Chacon goes for his right hand. Like right there. See how he ruined his right hand? So this is the one thing from opposite stances that you could achieve when your opponent is getting ready to throw a backhand, is stick out your jab at the same time. And while they're loading up this hand, it's going to mess it up for them. They might still hit you, but it's not going to be nearly as clean of a punch as if you just stood there in front of them and let them hit you. There, Limon slipped that right hand anyway, so it didn't even get hit by it, but we've seen him do it before, and he got hit a little bit, but not as bad. Now, this technique where you stick your hand out is pretty good, but Chacon has the answer for it. He's putting his head off the side. So here he puts his left hand his head to the left side, where he could still land that right hand straight down the middle. I'm not a big fan of holding the left hand out or the lead hand out. You can do it at times, but again, someone that knows your tricks it's a little bit harder to do. They might have figured it out after the first fight or the second fight or third fight. So you gotta come up with something new. I like pumping the jab instead of keeping it out, so you could turn it into a real punch instead of just holding it out like a football stiff arm. There's another right hand. See, if Limon could land his jab right when Chacon does this, He kind of does it, but not really. Chacon, let's see his footwork when he throws that right hand. He's stepping in. He's stepping through with his right hand. So stepping through means you're not just stepping forward with the right hand like here. You're stepping forward, or you're switching stances after throwing the right hand, basically, like here. And he's going southpaw. So if Limon could catch him with the jab, or like right here, here he's off balance also. Okay. But I like the risk he's taking with his lead right hand. They are forward, but he is taking the risk of really landing it. But watch his feet. Off balance, off balance, off balance, off balance, off balance, off balance. Now on balance. So he's off balance for about a good, let's watch it again. A good like maybe 1 second. So if Limon could catch on to that, maybe step back when he sees that right hand, land a right uppercut or a right jab to the body or right jab to the head. I think he could do something pretty good in countering that lead right hand by Chacon. Nice jab by Chacon. Let's see if he steps through that right hand again. Nice. Chacon's doing a good job of stepping through with that right hand. Reminds me of Julio Cesar Chavez a little bit, how he threw his right hand and switched. Chavez didn't really go this much forward. He went more sideways. So he would stop his right foot kind of like right in front of his left foot or right beside it, kind of like this. And then he'd come in with the left hook. I would like to see Limon kind of catch on to that a little bit more, because Chacon's leaving himself very off balance when he does throw that lead right hand. Nice body shots and left hands by Limon back there. See, he's coming in with that hard jab. Chacon is throwing that lighter jab. That was nicer. Let's see if he did it here. He's throwing more of a touching jab to set up his right hand. Limon is trying to hurt Chacon more with the jab. Not much of a pro and con to either what they're doing, just different styles. So let's see if Chacon, he steps through with that right hand. But you see how he dips? Now this is something that Chavez did very well also. He would throw that right hand. He would dip down when he would step through, and he made Limon miss that left hand. Now Limon does a good job of throwing that right uppercut to the body right away. I would just like to see him get a little bit better at seeing that right hand coming and stepping back and hitting Chacon once Chacon is off balance. That's something I would look for. See, there's that jab again in the opposite stance. Now both fighters have their hands down. Limon looks like he has the longer reach of the two. So this is why this move is working for him pretty well. But like I said, when two guys are opposite stance, the one guy that's throwing the backhand, if Limon can catch on to when that's about to happen, like right here. Like right here, you see Chacon kind of bring up his right hand just a little bit, like he's about to throw it and he's going forward a little bit. And Limon just lets off a nice jab and ruins that right hand for him. Now, like I said, this is the third time, Limon is still getting hit by that right hand, but that right hand is not nearly as effective as when he gets hit with it when he doesn't throw his jab at the same time. So let's see this again. Right, so he's snapping the head back of Chacon, makes it a lot more harder to get a clean punch in. Let's watch the whole thing in full speed. So he did it again right there. So he got him the first time. Bang. And this is all about timing with your jab. Now I said Limon throws a solid jab. It's not very fast. It's more power driven. But I really like how he's picking up on when Chacon throws that lead right, and how he comes in with his own jab and sticks him with that, snaps his head back, uses his momentum against him. I'd just like to see him see those right hands, and I'd like to see Limon kind of cap, what's that word? capitalize on when Chacon steps forward with their right hand, like right here. He's way off balance. If he could, like right there, he catches him with something, but he gets back on balance. If he could step back instead of staying in front of him, I know he doesn't want to, but step back a little bit when Chacon comes in with that walk through right hand and catch him with something there, I think he would knock him off balance, possibly knock him down with a good timed punch. Nice jab again. Limon looks like a guy that doesn't really think in the ring, but from watching this fight and another fight, he's just a wild guy, but I think he thinks also. He's not completely just a brawler. Now Chacon is trying to play his game, which is brawl with him. But I really like how, there you go. Let's see if, there it is, dude. Yeah, I called it. I called it. Okay, this is sick. Okay, Chacon, well, I've said this already. Look, he's going to throw that right hand. He's going to step through with it. This is what I just said like 5 seconds ago. He's going to step through with that right hand. His right foot leaves the air when he throws that right hand. He's stepping forward. Limon's going to catch him with that left hand. Now he caught him after he stepped forward, but he's still off balance because southpaw is not his natural stance, like right here. And he gets caught with the left hand, and he's off balance. Did he say that was a push? No, that was a count. So that's the dangers of stepping in with that right hand, is you are off balance. So I just saying that Limon is a thinker. I don't know if that happened on purpose or by accident. That was nice. Very nice. Nice left hands. Perfect. I'm hoping we see this with Canelo and Crawford. I hope Crawford switches today, southpaw to orthodox to southpaw, and gets caught with the right hand from Canelo. Round number 4. So like that. I'm not really a big fan of this right here. I like pumping the jab out, so like small pumps where you could turn it into a real right hook or an uppercut or a jab. But when you just put it out stiff, when you just stiffen up your lead hand and use it as a stiff arm, you lose not control or effective. You lose use of your lead hand as a jab, hook, or uppercut. It is good to do this sometimes, but I like pumping it out and then turning it into a hook, turning it into an uppercut, turning it into a jab, instead of just keeping it as a straight stiff arm. So it just gives you more uses of your lead hand when you pump it up. That was better. See how he's pumping up that lead hand? I mean, he's coming forward, so he kind of has to. He's not going to stiff arm as he comes forward. But here he's popping that jab a little bit more. And then he's going to come in with those signature body shots from behind his back. I got Limon in control a little bit more. In the second round, Chacon's right hands did him a lot of good work. He landed a lot of clean ones, but seems like Limon has picked up on that, and he's not allowing him to throw the right hands as effective or as easier as before. He's keeping that jab active, now pumping, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. Watch the difference now when he was just pumping his jabs. Watch these pumps. This is what I was talking about. That right there. Now he's kind of doing a backhanded thing where he's kind of flicking and bringing his hand back. Pumping is more just shooting a jab, bringing it back like 1/4 back of 4 quarters and pumping it up again. But he's doing kind of like a slapping jab, but still works about the same. But I see how it's different than a stiff arm. A stiff arm, it becomes easier to get around, like right there. But when you pump that jab, your opponent thinks twice because that could be a real punch at any moment. Nice right hand by Chacon. There's another right hand. Good right hand by Chacon. Nice right hand again. The only time Limon gets caught with that right hand, nice left hand, is when he doesn't jab. So if he jabs when Chacon goes for that right hand, like I said, he foils it up for him, ruins it kinda. Nice combination here. He's really going for it here. That was a nice right hand by Chacon. Nice jab, get under. Very nice work right there. See, now he's pumping that jab, beating with that body shot. Nice uppercut after the body shot. He's really working him here. Really working him. He's missing a lot of punches, but he's landing some clean ones. He landed a right uppercut back there after the first two body shots. See how he keeps his right hand active in between these combinations. Very nice work. I give him this round to Limon. Nice comeback by Chacon, but that right hand, I think that long combination from assault from Limon, I think won him that round. That was a headbutt right there, I believe. Now Chacon is coming back. Limon got headbutted. It's kind of like a 50-50 headbutt. I don't think it was meant to be headbutt. There's that jab again when Chacon goes for his right hand. Boom, right there. Now, if Limon had a little bit more sense and he just was a little bit more calm, brawled like he did, but was a little bit more calm and used his jab like in that area right there, I don't think Chacon could land a lot of clean right hands as he did in the second round on him. Nice body shots from Limon. Nice shots. So, okay, round 5. I guess they're not giving us the in-between round, so we're jumping round to round. I gave Limon the first round. I gave Chacon the second round. It was the second or third where he landed a lot of good right hands. I gave the last 2 rounds to Limon. So 5, I got it. Going to in the 5th round, I got it 3-1. Plus he got that knockdown, so that was 2 points. That was a 10-8 round. So I got Chacon winning 1 out of 4. Limon getting 3 out of 4 rounds in those first 4 rounds. We are in the 5th. Nice right hook by Limon. Limon should keep this fight in the middle of the ring as much as he can and then brawl and put Chacon on the ropes. But I feel like it's not a good look for him when he's on the ropes right here, especially when he's getting caught with those right hands. There's that jab again when Chacon tries to go in with that right hand. See how he dips down, trying to come in with that lead right to step through with it, and gets caught with a jab right on the chin, snaps his head back, and ruins that right hand of his. Or Limon ruins that right hand of his. Watch that again. It was a short jab, but it was a stiff jab. Just based off on that jab, how Limon is catching him, I think Limon is in the lead at this point. He looks like he can do more things in this fight. There's that stiff jab again. Chacon looks like he's having a lot more trouble coming in. Limon looks like he has the longer arms. I'm not sure if he does, but he does look like he has long arms. See, now he's pumping that jab a little bit better, and Chacon is having a way harder time moving in as easily as he did in the second round. He's still going to throw that right hand right there, but kind of misses a little bit, maybe lands on the chest, but not really doing damage. Nice swinging left hand by Limon. Awesome. So Limon is a little crazy, but I could see the boxing skills that he does have at times. Maybe he's just a guy that likes fighting, so you can't really beat him down for that. Fan favorite. Nice jab right there. Chacon's getting a little bit desperate at this point with that that right uppercut he threw a couple seconds ago. Doesn't look very characteristic of him as he didn't do it in the beginning rounds. So I think he's having a little bit more difficulty. His nose looks bloody. That right jab is giving him problems. He looks like he's having difficulty moving in on Limon. Yeah, he's a fifth rank, so you could tell who the champion in this fight is. There's the body shots, the swinging body shots. I think the champion's doing the champion's job at this point of the fight. I forgot how this fight ends, but we shall see. But I'm really liking how Limon's using his brains as well as his his toughness in this fight. He's not just using his brains. He's not just using his toughness. He has a good combination of two going on. The jab is a big sign of that. Most tough guys don't use a jab. Limon is using that jab, that left hand, that kind of comes from the side, not really straight. Nice left hook by Chacon. Nice body shot or uppercut. Nice by Limon. He's going to go in right now, I think. He's popping that jab. We are in round 6. I could see a lot of Julio Cesar Chavez in Chacon. I'm gonna see if he has anything to do with him or if they ever train together or anything. But this footwork is very Chavez-like, where he steps in with that right foot, like right here. You're about to see him do it, like there. That's a big Chavez move, and then he'll come in with the right hand or the left hook. So I'm gonna search it up at the end of this study. There's that jab again, just to make sure and let you guys know in real time so you guys don't have to search it up. There's that jab again when he tries to go in for that lead. So this is another thing about timing your jab. I already said this in different examples in this fight, but timing your jab, especially not only when you guys are opposite stance, but when you guys are the same stance also. If you could tell when your opponent is setting up for that one punch, stick out that jab and ruin that punch for them. Okay. Now Chacon, he's having a really hard time because he's not using his jab. Like I said since the beginning, Limon has been using his jab a lot more. Chacon used it a little bit, but more touching jabs. But he needs more feints and more jabbing to the body, even if they don't land, to occupy his brain and then come up with the right hand to the head. I think he'll be a lot more effective. But here he's just leading with that right hand. It's not really doing him good work. I'd also like to see a left hook of his or a left uppercut sometimes just to throw something different. There he jabbed a little bit, but Limon comes back with his hammering jab. Nice jab from Chacon. Please correct me in the comments. Is it Chacon or Chahon? I don't know how to say it. I know cojones is a different type of word, so I'm not going to call him that. But let me know. Nice stiff jab by Limon. I'm really liking his jab. I'm liking how he's brawling. I would like to see. Actually, no, he doesn't really have to brawl as much. I think he did it at the right times. He's in more control. That was a nice left hand. He was in more control. He's in more control right now. He doesn't really need to do the extra stuff. That was a beautiful left hand. He doesn't throw it straight. He throws it. Comes from like behind his ear, kind of like a coin trick. So you don't really see that left hand coming. The ref is trying to calm them down a little bit. Nice left hook by Chacon. I would like to see Bobby Chacon use a little bit more footwork. You could see how we set up the angle for that right hand right here. This is something we talk about when you're fighting a taller opponent. Now, it's not like Limon is way taller than him, but a little bit taller. We've seen him have, since maybe the second round, have problems landing that right hand. And now here he's going to use his feet a little bit. He's going to circle to the right, walk to the right, walk, I see how he's going to plant his feet. And see, this is the small difference in boxing when you get hit and when you don't get hit. So before we saw when Limon was looking and paying attention, he didn't get hit with the right hand and he threw the jab at the same time. Now look, he's just going to wipe his face and he didn't see that right hand coming. So taking off taking your eyes off your opponent for 1 second, even if it means wiping your face, you're not going to see that next punch coming. Boom, boom. But it's Limon, he has a great chin. But there's Chacon, he's walking, sees him kind of stop for a sec, comes in with that right hand. I think if he does that a little bit more, he's going to give Limon some problems, which is not just kind of coming in with a straight right, but coming in off an angle. So stepping to the side, walking a little bit, nice right hand again. And I think he'll land his right hand a little bit more than what he has so far. Nice right uppercut. Now Chacon is doing what Limon did to him. Before, when Chacon threw the right hand, or about to throw the right hand, Limon would pop the jab. Now when Limon is about to jab, let's see who. When Limon is going to jab or steps into the jab, Chacon is going to counter him with the right hand. See that? So he just reversed what was happening. Before, as soon as Limon saw Chacon about to throw the right hand, he would catch him with the jab. Now Chacon is waiting for Limon to jab, and when he sees him about to jab, he throws his lead right, and he caught him twice with that one. So that could be the difference between landing and not landing your punch. When you throw it, leading with it or throwing it as a counter. That was a good adjustment by Chacon right there. Nice right hand. See how he was able to land those right hands off the jab? Look at the difference in the rounds before when he was just leading with the right hand. Now he's using his jab. So I see him coming back with the right hand a little bit better now. He's landing it. So a jab, I see, and then he threw his right hand. Before he was just trying to lead with that right hand. That's a lot better. See, there you go again. The difference between seeing the punch and not seeing it. He wipes his face, and he gets caught with that right hand. See? So props for Chacon for seeing when Limon is not paying attention and catching him. And Limon has to do a better job of staying on point and not cleaning his face in front of his opponent. So a lot of things you can learn from both fighters. I remember this being a lot more crazier fight than when I watched it the first time. I see a lot of things that these guys are doing good and not good in this fight. See, there's that jab when he sees him coming with that right hand. Bang. Get him off there. And remember, a couple seconds ago, Chacon kept his right hand until Limon threw his jab first and landed it pretty good. But now he's back to leading with his right hand, and he has to pay for that. Not sure what's happening here. He has a cut or too much Vaseline, I think. Did not like that from Limon. He's getting a little bit crazier. I think he was doing it just fine before for the first 6 rounds. I don't know why he started the 7th round like that. Maybe he got headbutted and he's a little bit angry. Or he knows he has a cut and he wants to go for the knockout. I'm not sure what's going through his head at this point. But he keeps wiping his face. He did a lot of great work in the first 6 rounds. I would hate to see him kind of slow down now. Nice work with the left uppercut and the jabs. I think he's having a lot of problems with his eye for some reason. He keeps touching it. And he's throwing him off a little bit. Nice right hand again right there by Chacon. I thought he was wiping his face again. Nice left hooks. Nice right hand. Nice combination. Nice work by Limon. Swinging those punches in there. I watched his fight versus Arguello too. I forgot how Arguello beat him. But damn, this guy's a tough guy. Watch those combinations really swing and boom, boom, boom. You don't see guys throwing punches like that no more. Now Chacon is coming back with his own. Chacon got some big cajones. Sorry, guys. Back to the fight. I still have Limon in the lead. I don't really see... he is a champion, so you got to give him that. And the way he's been landing those jabs and landing those flurries, I think he's doing really good. He's just... sometimes he's losing interest in the fight, it seems, or closing his eyes, and gives Bobby Chacon a little bit more time to come back in the fight. Like right here, he's not fighting like how he should be. Now, I said this about other fighters that slow down towards the 7th round. This is a 15-round fight, so you are going to have some rounds where you got to chill out for a sec to gather your breath. You can't just fight for 15 rounds straight. So you got to maybe the benefit of the doubt there, but other than that, I think he's slowing down a little bit in the 7th round. Chacon looks like he has a little bit better round this round than the other ones. Nice jab right there. Bang. As soon as he tries to right hand, catch him with the jab. Nice right hand, nice comeback jabs. Nice to the body by Chacon. Nice jabs by Limon, coming back with his own. A lot of O and OW and kind of rhymes in this fight study. Okay, guys, that was the round 7. I'll be back with the part 2 soon. So, yeah, a lot of things to learn. I like the opposite stances, how Limon was catching him with that jab when Chacon was trying to throw that right hand. I like how Chacon, for a second, didn't lead with the right hand, but instead waited for the jab to come out and then threw his right hand and then landed those. But then he went back to the other things. Everything I said in the fight. Today is Canelo versus Crawford. Excited for that one. Hopefully I'll get this posted right before that fight so you guys could watch both in the same day. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I shall see you next time. Whoa, 43 minutes. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you.